Hello, scholars! Happy science! We are back for more amazing science knowledge. What are we going to be doing today? Of course, you already know we're still classifying matter. How are we going to do that? We will understand that matter has measurable, physical properties, and that these properties allow us to classify matter. We're going to break it into groups. What is the property that we're going to use today? It's a property that all of us should be very, very acquainted with. It's a very important property because we all need to understand and use this property. In fact, we do use this property because during the winter time, when we go and we check the weatherman, because of this property, because we understand this, I know whether I'm going to need my big coat, my little coat, or whether I get to wear my t-shirt and just let all the muscles hang out or whatever you're going to be doing. But this property helps us to understand that, and that property that we're going to measure is, drumroll, the temperature. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we will be talking about temperature. Now, what is temperature? Have you ever wondered, what is temperature? We say what the temperature is. It's this many degrees outside. But what does that even mean? What are we even measuring? What are we even breaking into groups? And how does this help us anywhere in life? A temperature is the measure of the amount, a measure of how hot or cold something is. It's just really simple. It's a measure of how hot or cold something is, and the higher you get, it's the measure of the amount of thermal energy. There's this fancy word that we use for heat, and we call it thermal energy. I should say it like a scientist. There's a word we use for heat called thermal energy. Thermal energy is the amount of heat in something, little scientist. Yes, and that's what we're going to be looking at today. But how do we measure it? How do we measure it? And how do we even know that it works? Well, we use something like this. This is a giant thermometer. Now, it's not an actual thermometer because it doesn't work, but it is a great model to use to show you how it works. You're going to see that there's going to be numbers on the left, and there's going to be numbers on the right. There's going to be one word that says Fahrenheit. There's going to be another word that says Celsius, and both of the words are important. But for science, we only use Celsius. So the whole world in the scientific community agrees to use the Celsius or the metric system so that as we're sharing numbers back and forth, we don't have to convert it back over here and then convert it back over here and then convert it back over here and then convert it back over here. We can all speak the same scientific language. So with temperature, we use the Celsius. Now, how does a thermometer work? Well, I'm so glad that you asked. There's normally a liquid in a thermometer. Here's another thermometer, but this is one that actually works. And there's normally a liquid off in here. Sometimes it might be alcohol. They used to use mercury, but not so much anymore because they said it might not be the safest thing in the world. But either way, there's going to be a liquid in here. And when the liquid is heated, it rises. And it'll rise to the temperatures. And scientists measure it out. They know all of the chemical composition to make sure that it's pretty much accurate. So that's what happens. And guess what? It rises when it's heated, but when it's cooled, it drops down. It's just that simple. So if we were to go outside right now and it was to be a warmer temperature, you're going to watch the liquid do this. It's going to go up. 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 During the wintertime or tomorrow maybe, who knows, the temperatures are going up and down and up and down. If it was a cooler day, you might notice that the thermometer begins to go down and to go down and to go down because the thermometer is a tool that we use to measure temperature. I'm going to say it again. I just feel like somebody's going to need that information today. I don't know why. A thermometer is a tool that we use to measure temperature. Remember, a thermometer has a Celsius side. Notice this side just says the C. And it has a Fahrenheit side. So this side has the F. Either way, both of them are important, but we use Celsius for science. Now, what are you going to do today? What you're going to do today is you're going to create a Frayer model. This is a Frayer model. Frayer models are really, really awesome graphic organizers that we use in school to help us to organize information. This Frayer model says thermometer. Or does it say thermometer? Yes, it does say thermometer. I'm glad it said thermometer because I have another Frayer model that says temperature right behind it. Whoa, look at that. No, I am not Houdini. I'm a scientist. How does a Frayer model work? You take the word in the center, thermometer, and you're going to create a definition for it. So right here, we would create a definition for it. Right here, you would give me like facts about it. So a thermometer is a tool that is used to blank. Over here, you might give me an example, like maybe you have a thermometer. Maybe you've been sick one day and your mom used a thermometer to measure your temperature or something like that. Whatever has happened to you, give me an example and then give me a non-example. Like a thermometer is not used for fill in the blank. You're going to do the exact same thing for temperature, and you will have two Frayer models that evidence that you understand these two concepts. And the only thing that I need at the end of the day is for you to define the word temperature. What does temperature mean? And if you have already forgotten, just rewind this video and watch it again, because I've already told you at least 2 times. And that's okay, because I have to watch things multiple times too. But now you have a video to do that. Have an absolutely wonderful day, and we'll be back on soon with more amazing science. I feel like I should have like a cape. Amazing science, drum roll, however it works. Have a great day, scholars. We'll be back on with more tomorrow or whenever. I don't know. We'll see. We'll be back soon.